Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Oh my gosh, I'm bumping into stuff already. Welcome back, or welcome if this is your first time hanging out with me. Hello, my name is Maida. So look at me following through on something that I promised. Okay, so in my last video, I played around with Polygel. Polygel is honestly a product that I'm just not as familiar with. I have been working with it on and off for the last year or so, but because I don't use it very frequently, it's kind of hard for me to develop that sculpting skill. I'm not going to be doing as much sculpting, I don't think, in this video as I did in my last video using Polygel, but I am going to be using Polygel. I guess I just want to get familiar with the different methods of application. One way of applying Polygel is using it in the same way that I did in my last video. I keep referring to the last video, but I basically used isopropyl alcohol as my slip solution and I sculpted out some nails. I did use square tips, like the half tips, but I basically built the apex and the rest of the nail with Polygel. I wasn't entirely crazy about it. Again, they did come out a little wobbly, but it's just because I haven't played around with Polygel as much as I'd like to. For this video, I want to try the lazy girl method or the Femi Beauty method of applying Polygel, which is to use a cover tip, apply the Polygel under it, and then pop the cover tip with the Polygel onto your nail, cure it, and then there's your set, you know? I don't believe I've ever tried that method in the past. I did try to use dual forms, I want to say. The plastic that you use to apply the Polygel and then you have to like pop them off, that's what I've used. Unfortunately, those dual forms were poo-poo. They were way too small. I did purchase them from Temu, so what do you expect, you know? But yeah, they were way too small and the structure of the nail was really wrong. Anyway, I want to use full cover tips this time around and see if I can find a preferred method of application with Polygel. So if you want to hang out with me for a little bit and see how I go about this nail set, and then I hope that you'll keep on watching. All right guys, so as I mentioned, I'm going to be using full cover tips from Apres. These are seriously probably my favorite tips that I own. This is a long cover tip which ends up matching with my square tips pretty well actually. These are originally XL square half tips, but I did cut them down just because I just prefer a shorter nail. I mean, I know to some people this might be super duper long, but this is what they would have looked like had I not cut them down to better suit my lifestyle. It sounds so dramatic, but yeah, so they're pretty long. As I said, they're half tips, so had I not cut them down, they would have been way out here. I just cannot deal with nails that long, at least not yet. I kind of prefer something a little more along the lines of long sizes. I'm gonna size out my tips. However, I am gonna try to size them up a little bit just because I know that something is gonna go under the full cover tip and that's going to give it more bulk. So I want to account for that extra bulk under the nail. I'm gonna be using the Makartt Polygel. This is in Frozen Bluebell. It's really pretty. Actually, I still have the swatch. I just swatched it on this napkin and it looks so pretty. Dude, look at that. Hell yeah. So that's what I'm going to be using. As I said, because the Polygel will go under, the cover tip will need a little more room and it's going to have to fit all the way to the back of the cuticle so that there isn't that look of grown out nail, you know? I'm going to quickly prep my natural nails. There is a little bit of base gel on my nails. Should I apply a little bit more? I'm probably going to apply a little bit more, but in due time. I'm going to use some of my Blue Cross cuticle remover. I'm going to let it chill for a few seconds, and then I'm going to go in with my cuticle pusher, the little scraper that comes with this, and it just helps scrape up all the stuff that you want out, you know, or off your nail. And I'm always so careful when using this end because especially with my non-dominant hand, girl, I know I sound like a broken freaking record, but this end can really fudge up your natural nail. So just use it carefully. she's doing well. I haven't seen a video from her in months. I hope she's living her best life. Just gonna pop on some dehydrator. Before I go on to the next step, I'm actually going to make sure that the cuticle part of my cover tip is going to fit well against my cuticle, because my cuticle is a little more on the round side, whereas the cover tip is, I want to say, more square. So let me just file this nail in particular. All right, see, and now they fit a little bit better. I think the rest of these should be okay. Oh, maybe this one too, actually. I'm going to etch the inside of my cover tips because we don't want them to pop off once they're cured, you know? So just adding a little bit of primer and scrubbing with the brush to make sure it's nice and etched and ready for the polygel. And this time around, I'm going to do so on the entire cover tip. Let me throw on some gloves because I probably shouldn't be touching that primer with my skin. And I want to make sure I concentrate it all around the edge of the cover tip. Go ahead and add my base gel. I'm just gonna flash cure really quick and then I'll pop them in my big lamp for a full cure. The polygel. So I have some isopropyl alcohol here in my little dapping dish. I'm gonna put a not a lint-free wipe. Oh my god, hello. I'm gonna put a lint-free wipe here for when I have to dab off the excess alcohol, like this. And let's freaking go, dude. I definitely should have watched a video before doing this, but oh man, I just figured let's just do it now, you know? And I'm gonna start off with that much. I don't know if that's enough or not, but I think it should be, because I don't need it to be super thick, especially not toward the cuticle, considering that that is where my nail bed is going to be. Y'all, I realized that my big ol' fingers are in the way. I'm so sorry. But I'm basically concentrating, yeah, the polygel toward like the walls, I guess. And I'm trying to make a little divot here with my brush for my nail bed. First one. Here we go. Oh no. Yeah, it's like way too much, dude. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh, brother. Yeah, oh my god, that was way too much. Oh no. Note taken, got it. It's all right. I'm gonna remove the excess here from the cuticle with this little scraper thing. Okay, I'm gonna flash cure. Yeah, right? It's a little crooked. Oh snap. But it's fine. It's fine. We're fine. Okay, that wasn't so bad actually. Okay. We're fine. We're still in control. What I do love is that I didn't get any of the extra bulging under the nail. You know, when you press down on the cover tip, you have to very lightly press down. Otherwise, the polygel is just gonna like ooze out and onto your free edge, and that's never a pretty sight. But yeah, we did it. I'm gonna go ahead and apply the rest of these the exact same way, and then we're gonna come back for the next step, okay? Well, the face cam is gonna come back for the next step. All right, I'm gonna try to not apply as much. I'm gonna do just a itty bitty bit. Snickerdoodle. All right, so I've got them on. Bless Femi Beauty for that method, because that took me literally less than 20 minutes to do. Can you believe this? I think the next step is to coat the underside of my nails with a glossy top coat, non-wipe assy. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna put some top coat under these cover tips. Oh my gosh. Unfortunately, the polygel doesn't look as blue as it did on the swatch, you see? Anyway, I am going to blend these cuticles because it's just looking a little weird. I'm going to shape them a little bit, only a tiny bit, on the areas that the polygel is kind of oozing slightly from. And yeah, honestly, that's probably going to be all that I'm going to do tonight. And then tomorrow I'll keep working on the set. I'm feeling like a winter wonderland. Like I'm already in like the Christmassy kind of mood, you know. Do I feel it's still so early for Christmas? Yes. But is it going to stop me from making this into the most precious Christmassy nail set that I can muster? So let me go ahead and do that. I am delirious. I need some food. guys, bear with me please. I was on the verge of falling asleep just a few minutes ago, but I decided I wanted to keep going with this nail set and threw some makeup on. So here we are. Here I am. All right, so I am absolutely loving the lazy girl method for sure. I think it's probably going to be the way that I use polygel from now on, because let me tell you, I think I put this entire set on my hand within like 20 minutes, and that was just like my first time. So I can only infer that with a little more practice, we can get it down to maybe 10 minutes. Now I want to decorate these somehow. I've kind of been going back and forth with a couple of ideas. Let me show you some ideas. By the way, in case you're new, I do make these little clay stands. They are up on my Etsy. I did have to keep this one though, because I'm guessing my clay was a little dry, therefore it sort of started cracking here. I'm trying to figure out what it is. Like, I'm trying to troubleshoot and I still haven't figured out why some of these end up looking like that. But anyway, I'm just gonna keep this one, so I don't mind. So this is something that I was kind of playing around with the other day. I popped on a stencil for this snowflake and airbrushed it. And then I did this bokeh effect that I've seen in the past. And I kind of want to do like a variation of this, at least on the thumb and maybe on another one of the nails up here. I threw on a matte top coat already because I was anticipating airbrushing, but now I'm thinking if maybe I should do the bokeh effect prior to. I don't think it matters. You know what? We're just gonna airbrush the stencil and figure out what else we're gonna do. This is just some water that I like to keep in this cute little jar, I don't know, container. I like it because of the dropper, and it's easy to just drop in some water whenever I want to flush out my airbrush. Perfect. Okay, so now that I've made sure that there's no clog, I'm gonna go ahead and add my white. Actually, give me 1 second, because I should probably add the stencil onto my nail first. I am gonna wipe my nails really quick with some isopropyl alcohol to clean them. Basically, I did do my makeup a little while ago, so there's probably some makeup on there. These two actually match, which is perfect. I'm actually gonna put like a teeny tiny drop of water in here. A singular drop of water. Bummer. I just ripped the stencil. No. Yeah, just these things are so delicate. Yeah, it's fine. I'm actually quite alright ripping this because I just don't see it working afterward. Alright, so now I'm going to seal the paint with some base gel. Oh my gosh, I love that! Get out of here! That is so pretty. Oh my god. Wow. Okay, so next up I'm going to top coat it and then add the chrome so that I can start on the bokeh effect as well. And from what I know, I'm not going to fully cure the top coat. I'm only going to cure it for, let's say, like maybe 20 seconds. Okay. Oh, my hand looks freaking weird. Look at that. So I want to use this chrome that I have. I wish I could tell you where I purchased this, but I do not remember. This does have a bluish purple kind of reflect to it. So I feel like it's pretty apropos for what I'd like to do. I'm just adding the chrome with my finger. And I'm going to put a little bit of my top coat on my silicone mat. Grab a few dotting tools and start making the bokeh effects. So what you're basically doing is you're encapsulating the chrome under here with the top coat that you have added, and that is what is going to help make the effect. I'm gonna cure. And now I'm just going to wipe off the rest of the chrome from the nail. All right, I'm also going to grab this green purple one from Bandy. Wait, is that the same thing? Is that the same color shift? That's a little too similar, actually. Hang on. Maybe I'll add this guy. This is the peach pink chrome. Oh, this is pretty. Do you see that? Wow. And then I'm going to repeat the same process, but now obviously it's going to be over top of this other chrome. And it's totally fine if you happen to overlap with any of the little circles that you made, that you already cured. That's actually probably going to help the bokeh effect look a little more convincing, you know? Because you're going to have both the reflect from the first chrome powder as well as from this other one, which is why I would suggest to definitely try your best to use different color shift chrome powders. Now I'm going to cure and wipe off again. And now look at this gorgeous shift. Wow. It's really subtle, yes, but watch. You just wait. I'm going to show you how this looks like under daylight. It's going to blow your socks off, dude, because in person it looks majestic. At this point, you definitely could just top coat so that everything kind of evens out. I'm not going to do that yet because I'm not sure if I'm going to be adding charms to these nails in particular. Alrighty guys, so I'm at the home stretch for this set. Sorry, I keep like bumping into my microphone. So I changed my mind regarding the set. I had initially thought I was only going to do a couple of nails with airbrush. After some consideration and after realizing that I hated everything else that I was doing, I figured the cutest thing to do was going to be the airbrush, you know? So that's what I did. I went ahead and added some more snowflakes. It's super cute though. I'm loving it, okay? So now I want to add a little something extra on top because of course I do. So methinks it would be so cute to do some of these cuticle, what are these called? Cuticle, nope. Cuticle cuffs? What are these called? These go on your cuticle and they're super cute. So I figured I'd add some of those. I want to add some bows as well. And then I brought out these pearls. I don't know, they kind of remind me of snowballs, you know? I think what I'm going to do first is add the cuticle things. What are these called, y'all? You guys are probably yelling at me through the screen like, duh, Maida. They are... I still can't think of the word. Just gonna make sure none of this rhinestone glue is touching my actual cuticle because that would be bad. And I'm gonna try to center it as much as possible. This one is gonna fit a little funny just because it's not wide enough to fit around my thumb, but I don't think it looks bad. You know, it's not a deal breaker for me. Flash cure. If you hear some shuffling about, it is Ziggy being a cutie. She's just down there with something. She's playing around with a toy, I think. All right, so I'm gonna put the bow, and I'm gonna put it like right here. Flash cure. So now I want to add maybe a couple of different size pearlies. I'm actually going to add one to the center of the snowflake and one out here. I'm not going to go crazy. I'm literally just going to do like a couple. Oh my god, this looks so cute. Stop. Yeah, this is perfect. I love it. All right, so I'm going to add the rest of the bows, the pearls, and the little cuticle accents. And I'm also going to top coat everything just to make sure that it's all nice and protected and that it's not going to fade with time. So we'll be right back to see the final results. Guys, I forgot to film my outro and I'm also very sick. But I just want to say thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up as it helps me out so much and I'd really appreciate it. If you want to hang out with me in the future, don't forget to subscribe. I'd love to have you. And next video coming up is pre-recorded to me getting sick, so you won't have to hear my frog voice, thankfully. In the meantime, thank you again so much for watching and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye.